Let me ask you something. You've been eating less, walking every single day, maybe even skipping dinner, but that stubborn belly fat still isn't moving, right? And it's frustrating because you feel like you're doing everything you're supposed to. But here's the thing. It may not actually be about calories at all. The real reason your fat loss is stuck could be because of a powerful hormone called insulin. If this hormone is constantly high, your body literally blocks fat burning. The good news is that with one small change to your morning routine, you can flip the switch from storing fat to burning it, especially once you're past your 30s. Let me give you a real example. Someone, a 45-year-old, came to me with the exact same struggle. He had quit sugar, he was skipping breakfast, he was walking every evening, but his waistline stayed stuck at 40 inches. He was eating clean, but he felt drained, low on energy, and honestly confused about why nothing was working. Now, instead of cutting more food out of his diet, we shifted the focus to when and how he was eating. We worked on controlling his insulin spikes, and that single adjustment made all the difference. In just 12 weeks, his waistline dropped by 4 inches, his energy went up, and here's the interesting part. His calorie intake didn't really change. What changed was how his body handled those calories. So why is insulin so important? Think of insulin like a switch that decides whether your body should store fat or burn it. Its main role is to move sugar from your blood into your cells to be used as fuel. But when insulin levels are high, your body gets stuck in storage mode, which means fat is locked away and cannot be burned. When insulin drops, that switch flips to burn mode, and only then does your body actually use stored fat for energy. Now imagine constantly grazing throughout the day, chai with biscuits in the morning, a sugary breakfast, or a late-night snack. Every time you do that, insulin goes up, and your body never gets the chance to unlock and burn fat. That's why just counting calories often fails. You might be eating less, but if insulin is high all the time, the fat stays locked in place. To make this even clearer, metabolism researcher Dr. Ben Bickman once ran a powerful experiment. He grew fat cells in a lab and gave them unlimited calories, but nothing happened to them. The moment he added insulin, those fat cells expanded within just 6 hours. That shows you how powerful this hormone really is. It's not simply about what you eat, it's about how your body responds to it. Now let's talk about the everyday habits that are secretly pushing your insulin through the roof and making fat loss harder than it needs to be. The first one is tea or coffee on an empty stomach. Most people wake up and reach straight for chai or coffee. But here's the problem. When you wake up, your stress hormones are already high, which naturally raises your blood sugar. If you then add caffeine and sugar, your blood sugar spikes even higher, and insulin follows. Add a biscuit on the side, and you've just blocked fat burning within the first 15 minutes of your day. The second big mistake is skipping breakfast, but then overeating later. A lot of people think that if they cut out breakfast, they'll automatically eat fewer calories. But what usually happens is that by lunchtime, they're so hungry they end up overeating. So that first big meal often looks like rice, sabji, papad, and sometimes even dessert. And guess what? That giant insulin spike from the huge lunch gets shoved straight into storage, undoing all the effort from skipping breakfast in the first place. So if you've been wondering why your belly fat refuses to go down even though you're trying your best, the answer might not be discipline or willpower. The real issue is insulin. Once you understand how to keep it steady, your body naturally shifts out of storage mode and finally starts burning fat the way it's supposed to. You are doing everything right, eating less, walking daily, even skipping dinner, but your belly fat, is it still stuck? If that's you, listen closely because one overlooked hormone might be the reason fat loss just isn't happening for you. And it's not calories, it's insulin. And this one simple morning trick might completely change your fat loss journey, even if you're over 30. Let me tell you about someone just like you, Jannard, a 40-year-old software professional from Bangalore. He had tried it all, quit sugar, skipped breakfast, walked every evening, but his belly stayed stuck at 40 inches. He was eating healthy but feeling tired and confused. So we shifted the focus not just on what he was eating, but when and how. We managed his insulin spikes, and that changed everything. 4 and gone in 12 weeks, energy levels up, same calories but better results. Let's break down how this works. Now, what is insulin and why it matters? So insulin is your body's storage hormone. Its job to move sugar, glucose into your cells for energy. But here's the catch. When insulin is high, your body stores fat. And when your insulin is low, your body burns fat. So if you are constantly spiking insulin through snacks, chai biscuit, and sugar-filled breakfast, your body stays in fattering mode all day, even if you are eating fewer calories. That's why calorie math alone doesn't work. Now, metabolism expert Dr. Ben Bickman ran a powerful experiment. They grew fat cells in a lab and gave them all the calories they could want. Nothing happened. But the moment they added insulin, fat cell expanded within 6 hours. So it's not just what you eat, it's your insulin response. Even healthy meals can get stored as fat if your insulin is high all day. Now let's talk about 3 common habits, especially in India, that spike your insulin and slow your fat loss. Number 1 is tea or coffee on an empty stomach. Most people wake up and go straight for chai or coffee. But your body already has high cortisol stress hormones in the morning. Add caffeine, cortisol spikes even more. Blood sugar rises and insulin shoots up. Now add a biscuit or sugar, you have just blocked fat burning 15 minutes after waking up. Number 2, skipping breakfast but binging later. Many believe skipping breakfast can help cut calories, but if your first meal is at 1 p.m. and it looks like this, where you eat rice, sabji, paper, plus some dessert, that massive insulin spike pushes straight into your fat storage. You know what's one of the sneakiest things that blocks your fat loss, even when you're eating right and trying to stay active? Poor sleep. Yeah, staying up too late or getting just 5 to 6 hours doesn't just make you feel groggy, it actually messes with your hormones. When you don't sleep enough, your body produces more cortisol, which is your stress hormone, and that rise in cortisol pushes up insulin. That's the reason why, the very next morning, you wake up tired, craving bread, biscuits, or anything sugary. It's not about you being weak or having low willpower. It's literally your hormones yelling for quick energy. But here's the good news. You can flip the switch on this, and it starts with a simple morning structure that changes the way your body handles insulin all day. Let me break it down for you. First thing, don't rush into breakfast the moment you open your eyes. When you wake up, cortisol naturally spikes to raise your blood sugar and get you moving. If you dump carbs on top of that, like toast and jam or banana with milk, you're doubling that insulin surge. Instead, wait 30 to 60 minutes before eating. In that time, hydrate, maybe water with lemon or even just a pinch of salt, stretch a little, walk around, or just read something calm while your body balances itself. Then have your first meal. Now the meal itself is where many people go wrong. Typical options like chai with biscuits or dosa with chutney taste good, but they push your blood sugar up too quickly. What you want is a protein plus fat combo to slow things down and keep your body in fat burning mode. So instead of chai biscuit, try paneer bhurji with toast. Instead of banana milk, go for 3 eggs with a roti. You can even do mung chilla with curd or overnight oats with a scoop of protein. These small swaps change everything because protein keeps insulin steady, and that's what keeps you full, focused, and burning fat longer. Next, let's talk about coffee. I know a lot of people can't function without that first sip, but having coffee immediately after waking can spike cortisol even higher. A better way? Wait 60 to 90 minutes or just save it for after breakfast. That little shift alone can protect your insulin response throughout the day. Another powerful tool is walking after meals. Just a short 10-minute walk after lunch can cut blood sugar spikes by up to 30%. Imagine that. Less sugar in your blood, less insulin being released, and more fat burning happening naturally. So instead of sitting on the couch or scrolling on your phone after eating, move around a bit, even if it's just walking around the house or climbing stairs. And then there's sleep itself. This one is non-negotiable. You need 7 to 8 hours of good quality rest because lack of sleep keeps cortisol high and messes with insulin control. Set up a night routine. Dim the lights, stay off screens after 10 p.m., sip chamomile tea, keep the room cool and dark, and cut caffeine after 3 p.m. Even if you don't change anything about your diet, fixing your sleep can restart fat loss by itself. But here's another trap. Late afternoon cravings, usually between 4 to 6 p.m. This is when most people reach for tea and biscuits, samosas, or namkeen. That's the danger zone because your body is tired and your willpower is low. Instead, have a protein snack, something like roasted chana, paneer cubes, a whey protein shake, or fruit with peanut butter. That stabilizes blood sugar, kills cravings, and keeps you from overeating at night. Now, none of this is about magic hacks, it's just biology. When insulin is high, your body literally can't burn fat, no matter how hard you try. But when you lower those spikes and give your body the right structure, fat loss starts to feel natural instead of forced. I'll give you a real example. A 40-year-old architect I worked with. She used to rely on chai and biscuits every morning, sleep poorly, and feel like she had zero energy. Once she delayed her breakfast, added protein, improved her sleep, and started walking after lunch, the changes were insane. In just 8 weeks, she lost 2.5 inches off her waist, her cravings disappeared, and the best part, she didn't feel like she was dieting at all. It was just smarter structure. So if your belly fat isn't budging, stop beating yourself up. The problem isn't your discipline, it's your insulin.